through the doorway, he was out of the house.
I could hear it. And I'm so...
And these are guys that straight up overdosed and fucking died. It's not like, hey, I heard that guy did drugs.
Yeah.
No, he died, and he almost had his leg amputated. Mitch almost had his leg amputated because he had gangrene.
Dave may be probably the nicest comic working. The most genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk shit about anyone. I don't feel like when you hear about Dave, there's no jealousy. He goes in, does his fucking job, and leaves. And he doesn't fucking sit around and gossip. And I told you, in Gotham, he came out to see me. Came by the club. That's all he had to do. But he made a comment to someone just to tell Bert I said hi. I don't know if he knew this or he didn't know this or it mattered or it didn't matter, but it meant the fucking world to me. I went to bed that night holy shit, man, the king, my top watermark for fucking brilliance in this. The guy that I would go back and watch every single night at 12:10 at the Comedy Cellar came by and saw me.
Yes.
Oh man,
Merlin.
I get it. The first time I ever worked with him was in Miami right after Georgia was born, and I wanted to fucking impress him so bad. So
Georgia's the name of your daughter, not the state, and Miami's where the improv was that you worked. Just for these fucking, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
So we do the first. We have 2 shows Thursday, 2 shows Friday. We do the 2 shows Thursday, and I have that tight little fucking feature set, and I pound it, and it's sold out crowd, hard drinkers.
20 minutes.
Fucking 19. Just pop, just pop it. And the fucking
19 minutes. Follow that.
No. I just want Attell to go, man, you're funny. That's all I want to hear. Right? So I get off stage and he looks at me and goes, how's the crowd? And I said, they're fucking hot. You're going to fucking love them. He goes up, destroys. Do the second show Thursday. And I tighten that to 18:45 and I just pound it. And he's like, and he comes off, he goes, how's the crowd? And I go, they're fucking awesome. And he's like, okay, and goes up on stage. First show Friday, I go up and I'm turning this into a 17-minute set, and I'm not going to let them finish laughing. I'm going to make them fucking choke on their food. And I'm pounding it. The exact wording, even tighter, even louder, bigger faces. I get off stage and he goes, we get it, you're funny. Now how about doing some new bits? I was like, this guy's been watching the whole time. He's like, great. Can't wait to fucking see another one of those fucking...
Take him to a game. We get it. Merlin. You said something interesting about Attell, and that is this never dawned on me till you just said it. He may be the only comic, Brian Regan's probably another guy, that's so successful that we all love, that no one begrudges a fucking moment of any of it.
Maybe Chappelle.
I think people got problems with Chappelle leaving that much money on the table and disappearing and going on clubs and jacking off and not really fucking doing it.
Yeah. I think Attell, I think you're right. Regan.
You ask Mark Maron about Dave Chappelle and see if he comes out in a fucking rosy-colored prism that he went in.
Really?
Maron?
Right.
Maron, I'm just out of picking a name out of a hat. He could fucking, draw dog shit on anything, probably.
I think you're right. I think Regan and Attell and probably Robin Williams are the...
Whoa, Mindy. Bert Kreischer just got back from Amsterdam.
What a depressing place when you're a grown man.
Really? How?
It's not, in many respects. First of all, every chick there's hotter than your wife. Not you, but me. Every chick's...
Did your wife go with you?
No.
This is a strong marriage. Honey, I'm going to Europe. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Have fun with the kids and no nanny.
And my new dog.
This is feature money. I can't afford a nanny now.
No.
Merlin.
I got over there and I was like, this is going to be great. But here's the thing. The coffee shops are... The allure of them, that what it was for me in 1995 when I was over there the first time, it's not neat. It's like you want to say, so you just have 3 weeds, that's all you got is White Dolphin Indica, White Dolphin Sativa, and a hash. That's it. That's all you fucking got. That's like going to a burger shop.
But then they go to the back room and they bring out flustered manatee.
No, flustered manatee.
Now you're thinking like Attell. Yeah. Flustered manatee.
White Dolphin. That's great. That's fucking great. Yeah, no, they didn't. So it was.
So there were only 3 weeds on the menu?
Yeah.
Because when you see it on TV, and by the way, to the listeners, very surreal experience when Bert's sitting across from me, my friend for 20 years, and he's on fucking television over his own shoulder.
That's crazy.
The boy that I bred from a fucking ova to the headliner you see today. I'm taking credit for your fucking meteoric rise.
Thank you.
You, Ralphie, Swartzen, and now if fucking Segura could get off his ass and headline more. My opening acts, I like to think.
Who's next?
I don't know. I'd like to think I am quite the escalator.
You should do on your podcast.
That's where you jump in and go, you are, Jay. You really are,
Jay.
You're the best.
You really are. You are the best. You should do you should do an audition to see who is your next feature act for the next year that you take with you. You have him do stand up. Guys that open for me,
like Brandon Walsh, I really think he's funny
from
as hell.
90210?
Yeah. Yeah. And he loves that joke, by the way.
I don't know who he is. Oh, Brendan. Oh, I thought you said Brandon Walsh.
I did by mistake.
Yeah. But Brendan's fucking hilarious.
He's a guy, like, when I watch him on stage, I'm like, why is this guy middling? He's really funny.
Yeah.
And Dustin Ibarra's been out a few times, and he's in that movie, We Bought a Zoo. We Bought a Zoo as a movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But nothing really, like... Nobody on, like, just the constant, like, where, like, me and you would just go out for a year straight and kill it. And me and Ralphie would go out and kill it. The business is so different
now. I mean, there was no hope for me or Ralphie or Tom. When we all started, there was no, like, you couldn't get on the road. There were no these alternative clubs you could do. It was the road. And I mean, movies and TV was locked down by your grade, your class of comic.
Which I'm no longer in.
No, you still are.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Didn't you just shoot a movie?
Hereafter, 2 Februaries ago.
That was the last movie you shot?
It was the last thing I shot. I did a guest spot in Suburgatory.
You're doing the Tonight Show tomorrow?
Yeah, to promote a podcast.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Really nice. Jay
Anyway,
Leno said he would do it, too.
Jay London?
I wish. It doesn't matter.
But,
I once saw a stationery store move. It doesn't matter. It's almost over, miss.
He's God. He was fun to. Oh, anyway. So,
and we got to get back to Amsterdam. See, that's why I write things down.
But yeah, you should do auditions. You should tour with Brendan Walsh. He's fucking hilarious.
I love him, but I'm doing dates coming up, and he's just not available because he headlines stuff on his own. But like, he's a guy, like, we were in San Jose together, had a great time, and what's fun for me is he hangs with an entirely different group of people.
Yeah.
Than I do.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, it's like I get to cross-pollinate, and he'll say, like, you'd really like Natasha, like, as a person. She's really cool. And I go, really? Okay, great.
He's a really sweet guy.
And, like, Duncan Trussell is, like, a fucking great guy. And I go, oh, really? Like, I don't know anything about these people.
Yeah.
It's like meeting the other team. Like, and now we're going to make an all-star team? Let's do it, guys. Yeah. Let's dance and save the rec center. So... Like, he came from, I didn't know anything about any of the people that he was talking about, so it was great. So I'm trying to do that, trying to get back to movies and TV, but I'm trying to get back to your story about Amsterdam having 3 types of weed. Because when you see it on TV, it's like 14 menus.
Oh, yeah,
and you get way too into it.
You can go to, like, places like that. There's one called the Bulldog that you go in.
Matt Cohen went, Bulldog.
Yeah, Bulldog. Bulldog. You go in more as like a tourist. I'm easily not the sit in a fucking room that looks like a cave with a bunch of French guys and get high.
With a bunch of people that live in Silver Lake.
Yeah. So
the other biggest difference, because I went there in the late 90s too, is now there are literally 8,000 more weed stores in Los Angeles than there are in Amsterdam. LA is Amsterdam now, and Amsterdam's like a weird, shoddy comparison with 4 kinds of weed. Yeah,
yeah. You go in and you're like
guilders or whatever.
You're like, do you guys have Jolly Ranchers? And they're like, excuse me. You're like, they don't just in LA they give them away on Thursdays.
Here's where I come out of the Amsterdam thing. I want to talk to you extensively about Amsterdam because a fascinating thing happened. You didn't even know that you said it. Really, probably was for me personally at 41. How old? 42.
You're 42.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson, baby. At 42 years old, to go get high, and there's nothing worse, we can agree, than a surprise high. Like if I get grass, there's nothing worse than why did I take 3 hits? Oh my God, half of a hit.
My nose is really tingling.
Can I breathe? Wow, it feels
Am I shouting, everybody?
Who's pushing in on my face? Wow, my throat.
There's nothing worse than that.
Yeah, and the whole time you're going, I could have had 1 hit and just ridden this shit on a gondola all day long. Had a good time. So for me personally, if I'm going to get high, I want to get my pot from my grandmother.
Yeah.
I know exactly the kind it is.
Yeah.
I want some indica, nice and easy, low maintenance. I don't want my heart racing. I don't want problems.
Exactly.
And I don't even smoke anymore. But
Me either.
I just want to water my lawn and watch football.
Yep.
That's to me the ideal thing. But to me, at 42 years old, to be fucking so high where you get disoriented and a little freaked out and you're reaching for your Xanax, and to be in another fucking country
with trains flying down the middle of the street, 90% of the people riding bikes at 15 miles an hour, getting hit by almost everything, is a fucking nightmare.
Said the guy who doesn't smoke anymore.
Yeah, no. Oh, no. I'm just saying, like that.
This is all the whole podcast is hypothetical.
I'm saying the way I looked at it is that I didn't think that would be enjoyable. And so, but you're right.
But let's keep it present tense because it's all hypothetical anyway. So, but to me, like, to get I remember once we were promoting Action in Paris.
Yeah.
And they were like, you can bring anybody you want. You can bring Frosty. You can bring. So basically, like, here's a free trip to Paris, and we don't give a fuck if you go Wayans Brothers on us and bring 12 people.
Yeah.
You can do it. And it was about a crew of like 8 people. Everyone's in first class. Like, it was almost like a chartered trip from New York to Paris. And I asked for grass. And in French, I don't know how to say pot or marijuana. Do you just say it with an accent?
Yeah.
And finally, like, our fixer.
And then puff on your fingers a little bit.
Yeah. Our girl and she's like, hands me chapstick.
And then you hit it. Thank you.
Yeah, I just take one because I don't want to surprise lip balm. So finally, our fixer, this girl goes, skunk. I go, yes. And I smoked entirely too much and had to do 12 hours of interviews.
Serious?
And when you do interviews, someone asks you, like, so what was it like? You crack a joke and they go, that's and they're, like, oh, this is hysterically absurd and your small talk is so amusing and great.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer, Travel Channel. It's a good thing you didn't get on that second roller coaster. The entire 4 minutes is LOL.
Yeah.
And TTYL. In French, I speak very little French. I used to speak a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I would make jokes and it would get translated to French. And then by the time they heard it, the person was already asking another question. They didn't get interrupted for the punchline. So it was just 12 hours of a UN headset.
Oh.
It was brutal. And I had a fucking panic attack. And I went to my room at the Hotel Saint-Maurice at Mon Chambre. And I laid down and I was having full-on fucking panic attack going, getting high in another country is a horrible idea.
Yeah.
And men are better than me at this. And I'm thinking like the Hunter S. Thompsons and like the Anthony Bourdains, like guys that can just go out into the bush and do peyote and they don't give a shit. And then I heard the birds outside my window and I went, oh, they speak the same language everywhere.
Here too.
They're here too. And that got me off my ledge.
I couldn't. They were getting mushrooms one night. Like you can get mushrooms in Amsterdam. And they were like, do you want to eat mushrooms with us? And I was like, I can't in a million years. I mean, maybe when I was like 22, it was something you could fancy. But man, I got 2 kids. This is all I could think. I got 2 kids who depend on me to make sure their lives are good.
And that's all you're going to think of when you're tripping.
Exactly. Is those 2 fucking kids and that heart, that umbilical cord that is my cell phone in my pocket, and at any moment they could call. And I was like, no, I can't do it, guys. I appreciate it. And they're grown-ups, like grown men doing it. Everyone's doing it. And I'm like, guys, that's not me. And they're like, you're the party guy. Come on. I'm like, nope, I'm not the party guy. I'm a dad. I'm a dad first and foremost. I will drink beer with you all night long, and I'll fucking, and I'll party some, but I'm not like nothing that could break my brain forever.
So you've become a bit of a prisoner of the machine persona.
A tad bit, yeah. I mean,
your bio says Rolling Stone said he's the greatest party animal in the history of the world.
I became a prisoner of the Rolling Stone party animal thing. Well, like that in college. Like,
you quit drinking for a while with me.
I quit drinking for a long time,
right?
And then, but I just that it's exhausting, man. Like I look at Attell and I go, wonder how freeing he feels not drinking.
3 years, drinking.
And he just doesn't. No AA, just stopped. No, not for me. And then just said, guys, that's the law. I'm done drinking.
Attell's an odd case because he quit drinking because the people that wanted to drink with him disgusted him. Like all his fans from Insomniac.
Yeah.
We're like, come on, man, come out. Like all those people screaming Machine. He was like, ugh. Like, really? This is my life? Is these fucking people if it was just like you, me, and Attell.
My top watermark for fucking brilliance in this, the guy that I would go back and watch every single night at 12:10 at the Comedy Cellar came by and saw me.
Yes.
Oh man,
Merlin.
I get it. The first time I ever worked with him was in Miami right after Georgia was born, and I wanted to fucking impress him so bad. So
Georgia's the name of your daughter, not the state, and Miami's where the improv was that you worked. Just for these fucking, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
So we do the first. We have 2 shows Thursday, 2 shows Friday. We do the 2 shows Thursday, and I have that tight little fucking feature set, and I pound it, and it's sold out crowd. Probably the nicest comic working, the most genuinely nice guy.
Yeah,
doesn't talk shit about anyone. I don't feel like when you hear about Dave, there's no jealousy. He goes in, does his fucking job, and leaves, and he doesn't fucking sit around and gossip. And I told you in Gotham, he came out to see
through the doorway. He was out of the house.
I could hear it, and I'm so.
And these are guys that straight up overdosed and fucking died. It's not like, hey, I heard that guy did drugs.
Yeah.
No, he died, and he almost had his leg amputated. Mitch almost had his leg amputated because he had gangrene.
Dave may be came out by the club. That's all he had to do. But he made a comment to someone just to tell Bert I said hi. I don't know if he knew this or he didn't know this or it mattered or it didn't matter, but it meant the fucking world to me. Like I went to bed that night like, holy shit, man, the king, my